There's a moment every man misses, the moment when a woman has already chosen him, even if she hasn't said it out loud. You think you still need to impress her, prove your worth, chase her attention, but in reality, she's already invested. She's reacting, not deciding. And that's when the power shifts. Today, we're breaking down the psychological signs that a woman is already yours, and how to keep that connection strong without losing your frame or your calm. 1. Emotional reaction. A woman who doesn't care is neutral. Her tone stays flat, her interest minimal, and her energy doesn't shift no matter what you do. You could disappear for a week and she wouldn't flinch. That's emotional indifference, and it's the clearest sign she's not invested. But when she starts reacting to little things, your silence, your delayed reply, the tone of your text, something has already changed. You've crossed from casual interest into emotional impact. She's no longer observing you. She's feeling you. Now your presence, or absence, stirs something inside her that she can't easily control. You didn't beg. You didn't chase. You simply became someone who affects her mood without trying. And that's the moment most men don't notice. The psychological pivot where curiosity turns into attachment. She starts to interpret everything you do. If you take too long to respond, she wonders why. If you sound calm, she thinks you're losing interest. If you don't validate her right away, she feels uneasy. And that unease? It's attraction mixed with vulnerability. Because women don't get upset over men they don't care about. A woman only becomes reactive when something about you has emotional weight. Her defensiveness, her sarcasm, even that sudden coldness, they're not rejection. They're emotional leakage, proof that she's invested enough to feel something. When she gets distant for no reason, when she throws a little jab, when she tests your calm, it's not because she's done with you. It's because you've entered her headspace. She's trying to regain control of emotions she didn't plan to have. And that's not disinterest. That's attachment revealing itself in real time. 2. The silent impact loop. Once she's emotionally invested, your presence, or even your silence, begins to shape her mood. Your name, your tone, your timing. They echo in her head long after the conversation ends. You're not just a person in her life anymore. You've become an emotional reference point. When you text, she lights up. When you don't, her mind starts writing stories. That's when you know the shift has happened. You're living rent-free in her thoughts. If she sends messages like, "You forgot about me," "Guess I'm not that important," or even jokes that sound half serious, that's not irritation. It's confusion mixed with vulnerability. Her emotions are already attached, but her pride won't let her admit it. So instead, she expresses it sideways, through teasing, sarcasm, or sudden coldness. Your job isn't to fix it, it's to feel it and stay still. Don't match her emotion, don't explain, don't defend. You remain calm, grounded, and centered because that calmness is magnetic. It tells her that while she's reacting, you're observing. While she's losing balance, you're steady. That's how emotional dominance is created, not by force, but by energy. When you stay composed in moments of tension, you teach her nervous system that your presence means safety. And the more she associates you with calmness and control, the deeper her attachment grows. That's the silent impact loop, the invisible current that keeps her emotionally orbiting around your energy long before she even realizes it herself. 3. The reaction test. She might throw little tests your way. Subtle sarcasm, a cold tone, a sudden distance that doesn't make sense. It's not random. It's emotional probing. She's trying to see what kind of man she's really dealing with. Will you chase? Will you try to fix her mood? Will you panic and start proving yourself? Because the moment you do, she knows she controls the frame. But when you stay calm, when you don't bite the bait, that's when she feels something different. It's not detachment, it's grounded energy. Never beg, never overexplain. A man who overexplains sounds guilty. A man who stays silent sounds certain. You show her, without words, that her emotions can't shake your center. You're not cold, you're composed. And in a world full of men who fold under pressure, that composure feels magnetic. It tells her she's dealing with a man who can handle emotion without losing himself. That's rare, and that rarity makes her respect you on a deeper level. So when she leans in and says, "You don't usually act like this, something wrong," you don't rush to comfort or correct. You meet her eyes, breathe slow, and answer softly, "You don't usually get like this either. Everything okay?" You're not matching her mood. You're leading it. You're not reacting. You're observing. And that grounded, calm presence disarms her completely. Because deep down, she doesn't want a man who argues with her feelings. She wants one strong enough to hold space for them. 4. When the power shifts. Most men never realize the exact moment when the control flips. They think they're still trying to win her attention, still trying to prove something. But the truth is, she's already the one chasing. Not your body, not your status, your emotional balance. You've become the calm in her storm. And the more she feels it, the more she needs it. You are the anchor. And anchors don't move for waves. You don't chase moods, you don't mirror chaos. You hold steady while she tests, questions, and spirals. That stability creates a gravity she can't resist. Soon, you notice subtle shifts. She starts texting first, checking in just to feel your energy. She sends a meme, hey, a random comment, not because she has something to say, but because she wants to know you're still there. She starts looking for reassurance, finding excuses to keep the connection alive. And each time you stay calm and grounded, her attachment deepens without her realizing it. Because your stillness contrasts every man who ever chased her validation. You're not fighting for attention, you are the attention. You didn't manipulate her. You simply mastered emotional control. You understood how to stay centered when her emotions couldn't. And that's what makes her feel safe, drawn in, and unable to let go. 5. What not to do. Never apologize just to fix the vibe. Never rush to make things right when nothing is truly wrong. That kind of panic response, explaining, overtexting, trying to smooth everything out, is what kills attraction instantly. Because the moment you do that, you stop being her emotional anchor and start becoming her emotional follower. And she feels it immediately. She doesn't want a man who bends at every change of tone. She wants a man who can absorb emotion without losing himself in it. A man who can stay still while she storms, because that stillness tells her she's safe. So when she pulls away, you don't chase. You don't double text. You don't try to prove your intentions. You stay grounded, calm, and quietly confident. Your silence becomes power, not distance. If she gets sarcastic, you don't match her energy. You let her burn through her emotion while you remain composed. That contrast, your calm against her chaos, is what reignites her respect. Because deep down, every woman is testing one thing. Can your energy hold steady when hers can't? And when you pass that test, you stop being just another guy. You become the one whose presence stabilizes her, the one she trusts without understanding why. That's the unspoken signal that tells her, this man's energy is stronger than my moods. He's not trying to fix me. He's reminding me I can be calm too. 6. Emotional awareness. The more emotionally reactive she becomes, the deeper her attachment already runs, even if she tries to hide it. Her reactions aren't random. They're emotional proof that you've reached a place inside her most men never do. When her moods start to shift because of something you did or didn't say, that's not the time to chase or fix, it's the time to lead. True masculine energy doesn't react. It stabilizes. You stay grounded, calm, unshaken. Your tone stays slow, your words few, and every action deliberate. Because the more you remain composed, the more she feels safe to be emotional. Your steadiness becomes her anchor, the place where her chaos can rest. That's what makes her crave your presence. Not because you're loud, not because you chase, but because your silence carries power and direction. She doesn't need your explanations. She needs your certainty. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop trying to earn her approval, that's when she begins to earn your attention. Because leadership and attraction isn't about control. It's about presence. And presence is what separates the man she flirts with from the man she can't stop thinking about. 7. The truth. It's never about what she says. It's about what she feels when you're around. Her words might sound distant, logical, even cold. But if her tone changes when you text, if her energy shifts when you walk into a room, if her silence suddenly feels heavy, that's the real language. When she starts caring how you respond, when she gets quiet just to see if you'll notice, when she acts cold but keeps you in her orbit, that's not disinterest. That's emotional proof. You're not chasing her anymore. You're living in her head rent-free. Her mind can deny it, but her body already knows. Every little reaction, the sigh, the hesitation, the long pause before replying, it all says the same thing. You matter to her now. That's the moment you stop chasing and start leading. Because now, her emotions are guiding her actions. And the man who understands that doesn't need to talk her into anything. He lets her reveal herself naturally, because a woman's emotions always expose the truth long before her words ever dare to. If this message opened your eyes, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it with a man who needs to hear it, because understanding a woman's emotions isn't weakness, and it's not manipulation. It's mastery. It's the art of staying grounded while everyone else loses control. When you can read her reactions without chasing them, when you can stay calm while she tests your balance, you step into a level of masculine power most men never reach. You stop trying to earn love and start commanding respect. So hit subscribe, leave a comment below if you've ever seen this shift happen, when she went from distant to attached without you doing anything different. And remember, once a woman starts reacting to your silence, your presence, your energy, you've already won the moment. Because real power isn't loud, it's quiet, calm, and always felt.